Hey everybody, welcome back to My Broken Life. A cheerful day. Today has been a good day, pretty much. I think my Botox is finally starting to kick in my back, and I've had about an 80% better day today. Until I went to get my CT scan, and they made me put my arms by. Been hurting a little bit since then, but other than that, I've had a really good day. I only took one little nap for like 20 minutes, which was awesome. I didn't feel so fatigued today, which was cool. So overall, it's been a really good day today with just overall getting out, doing a few things. Of course, I had a CT scan this morning, or this afternoon actually, and I had to go to the dentist, and then I had to go and pick up my cat Timmy from the vet, then we ended up leaving him for another day until tomorrow. So that's a whole other story. And then I came home and did a few things around here, and now we're doing this. So, hey, that's a good day for me. Being able to actually do things, you know. I changed the camera angle just a little bit. I don't have very many different angles to shoot in this little tiny room. It's either all the computer junk over there, or the spare bed, or what you're seeing right here with the TV behind me. And then there's a door, and then there's a bathroom door over here. And for this particular 16 to 35 lens, it's zoomed all the way, so I can't make it any closer. So it is what it is. But I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys like the old one where you're seeing all the computer hard drives and all the craziness, or is this a little bit better for right now? Well, so far my channel has been doing pretty good, which has made me pretty happy. I'm still hoping to get more comments. Getting there though. Getting more and more every day, which is nice. My Minecraft series is getting a lot of views, which is really awesome. I think a lot of my older subscribers that have been here for a real long time, since like 2017, came here for all my Minecraft stuff. And so it's like building a whole new audience with this. And I need to start doing my vlog. I need to start doing some fun, cheerful stuff. I'm getting some parts for one of my drones, so maybe I can go fly it around here. Out here in the country, hopefully nobody tries to take it down, because it is a country. So you never know what people might do around here, you know. But yeah, it feels good to not feel so down and beat up for once again. I know in a few weeks, maybe I'll get lucky for a month and I'll feel really good. And then it'll go downhill again. I have to wait. It's a vicious cycle. And of course, I'm always fighting with my doctors to try to figure out what's going on. So let's talk about doctors for a minute. I went to go see my regular doctor at Vanderbilt Medical Center. And they just don't listen. I don't understand the conversation. I hate to admit it, but I actually got really mad at her, and I raised my voice because I was just, you get to the point where you're just done with the nonsense. And I told her, well, the first thing was, I told her, I'm in a lot of pain, so it's hard to even work out or do anything because I'm just drained. I have no energy. I'm just physically and mentally drained from the pain and everything. And she's like, well, if you want to work out, just work out. What the heck is that supposed to mean? So I'm just supposed to put myself in more pain? I just don't understand. And then she's like, and it doesn't look like physical therapy is doing a whole lot of good. And I go, well, I've only been able to go, because I'm supposed to do like 8 of them or something. I've been to 3. And I told her, I go, well, I've only done 3 because I was in so much pain. I couldn't even drive. I couldn't get out of bed. It just didn't feel good. I didn't feel safe to drive 35 minutes to physical therapy. And she got all mad at me and went on this high horse thing. And I'm like, so you want me just to get in my car, even if I'm not feeling right, and drive and take the risk of maybe crashing or who knows what when you're not feeling good, you know? Sometimes I wonder. And then she's like, well, you need to go back to physical therapy and you need to start doing dry needling because that'll probably help you. And that's basically where they take needles and shove them into your muscle, and then they vibrate the little needle into your thing. And I told her, I'm like, if they try to do that to me, because I've watched videos on it, I don't want nothing to do with it. All it's going to do is aggravate my muscle and make me in a lot of pain. And I go, I probably shouldn't have said this, but I go, I will knock him out if he tries to do that to me, because I'm like, I'm in so much pain already. I don't need anybody else making me even worse, you know? It's like they don't listen to what you're going through, you know? And I'm sure other people have been through this, you know? If you have, let me know in the comments. I always like to do some chatting in the comments, you know? But yeah, it's like they don't listen. They're just like on their own thing. They don't pay attention to what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they can't wait to get home. Maybe they're getting ready for vacation. I think she was getting ready to go on vacation this coming week. She was going skiing or something. So it's like they just zone out and don't pay attention to what you're saying, you know? It just makes me angry, and I raise my voice, and even my wife was like, ooh. And I'm like, it's hard to live in pain and be miserable and then have someone tell you something so stupid, you know? I mean, don't take it wrong. I've had people like, oh, well, my friend takes this one pill and they're fine. Different kind of pain, different kind of injury, different kind of everything. So what works for you doesn't work for me. What works for me doesn't work for you. But then they look at you like you're an ass because you're not listening to, you know what I mean? It's like, well, my friend takes, you know, one pain pill and they just go out and do whatever they want. And I'm like, yeah, that must be nice, you know? I have a friend like that too, back in California. He would come over and help me do stuff, and whenever his back hurt, he would just take one of his pills and he was fine. Where me, I'm like, nothing helps because it's overactive, spasming muscles in my shoulders, my back, my neck, even gets into my throat sometimes and runs up into my head. So completely different, you know? And I understand. Sometimes you wonder when you post like on Facebook and places for years and people have read your stuff, but then they still say the most craziest stuff. And you're like, have you not ever read or looked at one thing that I've actually posted? You just comment some whatever, you know? I don't understand it sometimes. Sometimes it just amazes me with some of the craziness that people say. And it's like, if you're not going to actually listen or look into what's going on, then, you know, you shouldn't comment probably. It's easy to look into, you know, with the spine injury, with the trapezius muscles, the spasms, the tightness and everything. Oh, hello, kitty. Look at you. Ah, you thought you could get away, didn't you? Mwah. This is Skittles. She does not like to be held. Look at her. She's like, let me loose. She hangs out, but she does not like to be held. There you go, buddy. Run, be free. Look on her face. She's like, what the heck, dude? You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Right now, there's a lot of electricity in the air, so whenever you pet her, it's like it just sparks almost. So she's looking at me like, don't touch me, man. What the heck, dude? Hey, don't be doing that now. You got a scratch and post over there? Sometimes I wonder. But yeah, sometimes you just have to, yeah, I tell people you have to speak up for yourself, because if you don't, no one's going to do anything for you. And I even told my doctor that before everything went stupid with her saying the craziest stuff. And I go, I've had people like, oh, you shouldn't look up and do your own research because doctors don't like that. And I'm like, I don't give a damn what the doctors don't like. If they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it for me. They're not going home and being like, all right, let's see, Troy, he's got this. Let me do a couple hours of research when I'm at home. That doesn't happen. If you don't do your own thing and you don't deep dive on your own illness and at least give them ideas of like, hey, look, I read this article from the Mayo Clinic or Johns Hopkins or something like that. Can we try one of these? What do you think? And at least you're pointing them in a direction. Otherwise, they'll just give you some pills and be like, here you go. Here's your medication, for pain or for this or that. That's like fibromyalgia. That's an umbrella of all kinds of stuff. And that's because they don't want to take the time to actually figure out what's wrong with you. And I was diagnosed at the very beginning, back in like 2007 or 8, whatever it was. Oh, you have fibromyalgia and you're just going to live a miserable life. This is what the doctor told me. You have fibromyalgia, you're going to live a miserable life. This is your life from now on. And I'm like, oh, well, this is not good, And so I went home and did research. I had one symptom of fibromyalgia. And I'm like, what the heck? It wasn't until years later, and I don't know, I always said, man, I'm going to probably be really, really, mad when they find out it's like something really stupid. It's really easy fixable, And my original pain, which is way worse than I'm going through right now, ended up being just that my cartridge between my spine was gone. There was no more, no más, todo nada. So it was bone against, it was bone against bone. And that's where all my pain was coming from. It wasn't in my head. I had tons of doctors like, oh, it's all in your head. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. We can't find anything with the test. This is the kind of stuff. So when they say you have fibromyalgia, there's a good chance that they don't want to dig any deeper or actually figure out what's wrong with you. And now you're on a lifetime of prescriptions. And it sucks, Thank God I was willing to fight for myself and dig into it. And my friend HB, he helped me a lot with researching stuff because he used to work in that industry. And I don't know what else you can say, You have to do your own thing. I was just watching some YouTube videos of some other people, just looking up pain stuff. And there was a young girl, she's probably, 18, 19, maybe 20s. And she's like, oh, I have the doctor says I have fibromyalgia. And she was talking about her symptoms. And I'm like, I didn't post yet, but it's just like, yeah, maybe you might want to look into something else because that's an umbrella. If you look it up, fibromyalgia is an umbrella of everything. It's not like just one thing. So if I remember, and I always forget, if I remember, I will put a couple of pictures up here of my spine thing where they did the disc and everything. I always forget. I'm going to try to remember because I'll be editing this in a couple of minutes. And if I remember, I will do it. I will put some pictures up there. If you guys even made it this far. Sometimes I've noticed, unfortunately, a lot of people only watch about 40 seconds of these particular videos because I think they're coming for the gaming. But at some point, somebody will start watching these videos that's going through some sort of pain or some kind of issue or having issues with doctors trying to get your point across. Been there, done that. Been doing this for 15 years now fighting. And it's just now that I'm finally starting to make headway. And now living in the state of Tennessee, now I'm fighting with, Vanderbilt University Hospital because the doctors just don't seem to really care all that much. They haven't tried to do anything other than just, oh, well, here, take this or try that. They haven't sent me for other kind of test or any kind of other thing to see what else it could be causing it. There's a lot of different things, you know. I should have done an EEG already, which I had to do myself. I had to schedule. I had to call my neurologist and say, hey, I want an EEG to see what's going on with my brain. Is it sending signals to my muscles to keep going into spasms all the time? She's like, oh, well, why do you really want that? And I had to explain to her. I'm like, I should be a doctor. Hey, it's Dr. Troy. You know, why should I be the one? But here we go. You know, me telling them what to do, you know. That's the second time. And I'm like, you know, with all this pain and stuff, I'm forgetting stuff. And, you know, as you get older, the typical, you walk into a room, you're like, why did I come in here? You know, it's a little more than that. I've been forgetting a little bit more. I think it's just a lot of pain. But, you know, I'm like, hey, I want to get checked to make sure that I'm not having, like, you know, premature dementia or anything like that. I want to rule all that stuff out. And there was a couple other medical tests. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But my neurologist is like, well, why do you want that test? And I'm like, well, that test will prove if it's this, this, and this. They should know this stuff. This is typical things that I was able to uncover by just doing some research and finding out, you know. But anyways, that might be enough for today. I don't want to talk too long because people don't make it this far. I know a couple of you do. I know probably my friend. I know my friend Nye probably does, and my friend Tony and Akuza. I know you guys have probably watched this far, and if you have, put the word cat in your comment, and then I'll know that you watched all the way to the end. Ooh, sneaky. We used to do that. I'll tell you a quick story. Me and my daughter, we used to run Minecraft servers, and whenever we're looking for people, we'd have an application. And in the application, it would say, somewhere in the application, it would be like, when you apply for this, it was something like that. When you apply for this, please add the word kitten in your application. So if someone did not add the word kitten, then we know they didn't read the rules or anything, and usually they were just denied right off the bat. The people that wrote kitten, then you know at least they read the stuff that they were supposed to read. So same thing. If you made it this far, you know, write cat or kitten in your comment, and I'll know that you've watched the whole video. And you guys are awesome, and I appreciate you guys watching all this way. And I hope this helps someone as well as it's helped me. This is like therapy, me helping you, help me, help you, help me, help you. I don't know. But, you know, I'm trying. I have all this years and years and years of knowledge of going through this myself. Just trying to save people some heartache of going through what I had to go through, you know. So hopefully it helps. And if it does, let me know. All right, everybody, I better get out of here. It's time to play some Minecraft, I think. See you in a few minutes, Akuza. Bye, everybody. I hope you guys have a good... What is today? It's Thursday. I was going to say have a good weekend, but I'll probably see you guys before the weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.